Hello, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Real Talk with Shawn Smith. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about health and wellness. I got a guest here, and he's going to introduce himself.
Hello, everybody. First off, Shawn, thank you for having me on. To the listeners out there, my name is Ahmarr Melton. I am the co-founder of Out of the Ashes LLC. Essentially, what we do is we help families impacted by incarceration reconnect and strengthen. But outside of what I do in my day job, one of my hobbies is fitness, and I that's one of my things. I've recently lost 40 pounds
Mm-mm.
in 2024. Um, and I'm excited to discuss kind of my approach to that and everything.
So, yeah, man, how long you been having your business?
I had my business since 2015. We started Out of the Ashes out of necessity. So my story, to give the listeners a little bit of background, back in 1994, I believe, it's been so long. My father was incarcerated. He spent the next 14 years in jail. When he came home, we were able to rebuild our relationship and reconnect, and we built a really strong bond. And over the years after he was released, our bond was strong, but we looked around and we noticed that some of our friends were in similar situations and they didn't have the same um, connection. And, we love these people, so we wanted to do something about that. So we created Out of the Ashes, which essentially is a framework that helps people um, begin the conversation and begin to heal after experiencing the trauma around incarceration. It's a 3-act trauma therapy inspired presentation. We've done it all over the country. We've been featured on various news outlets,
Mm-hmm.
and we continue to do this work to date because mass incarceration leaves so many families traumatized, and people are coming home from prison all the time, and they're coming home to these children, and the children have questions and the parents have feelings and the children have feelings, and there wasn't really a good product or service that addressed it, so we jumped in to fill that gap.
Man, that's cool, man. So speaking with health and wellness, I see your YouTube video. You say you lost a lot of pounds. I mean,
Yeah,
that is my goal. I definitely need to start back going to the gym and cut back, my eating habits, work on my eating habits. So what are some foods that you've been eating in order to help you keep fit and all that?
sure. So let me paint the full picture. So the foods I eat now are not the foods that I was eating back in 2023. And on my YouTube, I have a video from last year where I said I was going to go on this journey and lose this weight, and my big focus on my YouTube channel was like tightening my chest. Like that was my niche. I was going to make a bunch of content around that. And I shot the video, and I kind of fell off completely, and I went on this streak of binge eating,
Mm.
whatever you could think of, all types of anything you could think of. I spent the rest of the fall and winter of 2023 binge eating, and
Mm.
January came around. I was not happy about my approach to my health and what I was doing because I knew it wasn't right. So what I ended up doing, I started back in the gym, but my nutrition still wasn't right.
Mm.
And in around March, I decided I wanted to do something different. And I reached out to a buddy who connected me with a friend um, who is big on he bodybuilder. He does shows and he knows about nutrition and stuff like that. And he was graciously decided to teach me. So since about April, right, of this year, I switched off. I no longer eat processed food
Mm.
unless it's like one meal a week. I'll have something processed, whatever I want. Cheesesteak, hot wings, sweet potato fries with extra marshmallow souffle on it, whatever, right? But the other meals throughout my week, I eat eggs, egg whites, spinach, chicken breast, jasmine rice, blueberries. pineapples, salmon, broccoli, asparagus,
Mm.
oats, like quick oats, and protein powder. And I just do that over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And that's really actually that's I would say that has been the key to dropping the pounds.
Oh, so that been the key to dropping the pound.
Hmm.
Man, that's dope. I know we have a habit of eating stuff like every day we go out to, some places we would go out to Taco Bell and McDonald's and then
Hmm.
Popeyes and all that. And that food has a big impact on your life and also, an impact on your health and all that. And you gain more weight and all that. And that's what I'm dealing with. I'm gaining more weight because I've been eating those stuff. It be hard to eat healthy at times because you so used to eating that food. But if I don't stop, I will end up with diabetes and all that.
Yeah, yeah. They make it really this country, a lot of this country's culture revolves around food.
Yeah,
And you know, any you look on the TV, internet, millions and millions, probably billions of dollars are poured into advertising to us. Papa John's, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Taco Bell, any major fast food franchise. Anytime you turn on the TV, you're bombarded with advertisements that's saying, "Come over here. We got the new Shakaroni pizza." And all
yeah,
of that. On the ads, the people are eating it and they're having a good time, especially during the football ads. Get your wings and everybody's smiling and it's a party and it brings these emotions, right? And you think, well, it's Sunday, I deserve some wings and let me get extra ranch and let me get the fries too. And oh yeah, let me get some beers. And every once in a while, have a good time, treat yourself. The
yeah,
problem becomes every day, the fast choice and the easy choice for most people ends up not being the right choice for their bodies. Something that I kind of thought about in my head, a mantra that I follow, especially after I started seeing results. I tell myself this pretty often is our bodies aren't designed to process processed food.
yeah,
It's not designed to do that. Our bodies are designed for something completely different. But like I said, and being in this country for so long, the just the marketing around food is so much money poured into it. It's hard to avoid. So we end up doing what we see.
yeah, and that's very sad. And as for me, I would say, sometimes I be eating 2 or 3 plates like a bowl of cereal.
Hmm.
Sometimes I be eating 2 bowls of cereal. And I had to catch myself. I cannot continue doing that. I buy frozen dinners and all that. And at times I'm experiencing, even though I'm in my 30s, I'm experiencing heartburns and other health problems and all that. I really got to make a change in my life, if I want to live longer.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, everybody's body is different. You want 2 bowls of cereal for whatever reason. Enjoy. You do only have one life, so I definitely don't want to get on here and preach about being overly restrictive and not enjoying yourself. But it's all about balance too. It's
Yeah,
about balance. I think that plays a huge part.
yeah. So what do you think of mukbangs? Have you watched mukbangs on YouTube?
Yeah. Um, I think they're cool. I don't know how people can eat all of that food in one sitting. I personally, my stomach would cramp up and it wouldn't be a good look. But I think they're cool. I mean, a lot of times I see people that do it, and a lot of them are like kind of trim too. They don't seem to carry a lot of weight. So I don't know. I suspect that maybe they're eating all of that food, and then that might be their one meal for the day. So maybe they just train their body not to go beyond that. What do you think about them?
It's okay. I will watch it sometimes when I eat. My favorite mukbanger is Be Love.
Yeah, I heard of
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, I would watch her sometimes because I thought about doing a couple of mukbang videos, but not every day though. So
Yeah. What if you decided to do it, what kind of food would you be eating? I know a lot of people do the seafood boils.
I would love to do seafood boils, or sometimes it can be chicken or healthy foods, like salmon and all that.
Yeah.
It's good to promote, healthy foods on the mud banks. They would get people to like, oh, this is a good idea. They don't have to eat all that processed food every day.
Yeah. Yep. I might try that.
Yeah, they get people to like, hey, we should change our eating habits. But anyway, how many hours do you think that is best for us to go into the gym to exercise? How
I would
many
say
hours?
I would say like 1 hour,
Oh,
3 to 5
1 hour.
times a week. Yep. Something modest. With the gym, so many people are intimidated by the gym because they go in there and they think, oh, everybody's going to be looking at me. I don't know what I'm doing. The reality of it is some people will look at you, but the gym community is a really supportive community,
Uh-huh.
especially when you continue to go often. You'll start to make friends. I'm a member of a couple gyms in the area here. Um, I make the weirdest of friendships with people just by showing up. So about an hour a day. My recommendation is get your headphones, find
Uh-huh.
a good playlist or movie that you really enjoy listening to, and go in and you go in with a plan. That's another thing that I think is key. Go in with a plan. You can go on Reddit, online. You can even nowadays ask ChatGPT to write you a plan based on your goals,
Uh-huh.
and let them know how much time you have. And ChatGPT will kick out a plan for you that fits right into those parameters. You go in there, you do your hour a day, 3 to 5 times a week. I strongly encourage anybody who's on the weight loss journey, whether they're starting or even experienced people, because I didn't used to do cardio until my coach told me how important it is. Do your weights, do your cardio, and go home.
Mm.
Um, I think a lot of people put so much emphasis on the gym as being an event, right? It's this huge event in my head. I'm going to the gym today. I got to go to the gym. I think we need to. I think as a culture, we need to shift away from looking at the gym as an event and just look
Uh-huh.
at it as something like part of your everyday routine. Just like you
Yeah.
would take a shower every day, you just go to the
Mhm.
gym. It's just something you do. It's not something that's out of the ordinary. I think when we start to put it in that category in our heads as some out of the ordinary phenomenon that we're going to do, it makes it really hard to sustain.
Yeah. Yeah, very important. That's why I need to definitely start doing myself. My body would be a whole lot better if I do that. You know.
Yeah, and you can start with something as simple as walking. Walking
Yeah.
is an
Oh, yeah.
underrated exercise.
Well, I remember when I used to go to college, and I had graduated college last year. Even though I still go on the college campus to film the podcast and all that. That really helped me from like walking and all that. That really helps me.
Nice.
Yeah. Cause I think that's better than just sitting around and all that, and then this more weight just get put on you and all that. Just not that good. Then
Eh,
then one thing is I would love to start back eating fruits and all that. So apples and all that, and then of course I used to eat not carrot sticks, but celery sticks with
yeah.
ranch. You think that's a good idea to eat it with ranch?
You gotta keep an eye on how much ranch you're using. Ranch. Even the low calorie ranch is a lot of calories in it. My recommendation around that, it's just everything in moderation. I have a food scale that I use, and I know a lot of people that kind of get serious with this type of thing. You buy a cheap food scale off of Amazon, And that way you can measure out a serving of ranch. So that way you're not going overdoing it. Because if you anything like me, you get to pour in the ranch. I love ranch. Pour in the ranch, you can easily get 300-400 calories worth of ranch poured out, and it's nothing. It seems like nothing, but all of that adds up.
Yeah. And our black people, the black community, we love to eat our, soul food and all that,
Hmm.
hams, hocks, and green beans, and what we say, greens and all that, macaroni, cheese and stuff, and pork chops and all that. And that's how come
Hmm.
we end up with these diseases and diabetes and all that, and heartburns, just all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we definitely need to make a change because we the one we be obese. We obese.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard. A lot of that comes from our especially in the Black African American community. A lot of that is kind of handed down. Like my grandmother, she raised on fried food, and she raised me on fried food. It's not that she wasn't concerned with her health. She just was doing what she knows. And I know so many families like that. Fried chicken, fried pork chops,
Oh yeah.
um, greens, sweet potatoes, macaroni and cheese. All of the things that we love is comfort food, but
hmm
if you're not doing it in moderation all the time, that fried food, it can easily have you pack on the pounds.
Yeah, it sure can have you pack on pound and also end up with heart disease and all that. Different
Yeah.
kind of health problems. We don't want to get there, huh?
No, we definitely don't. That the heart disease thing, it weighs true to me and close to me because I lost one of my grandmothers back in 2014,
uh,
and she died of heart disease. And the following year, my aunt, who is her daughter, she passed away because of heart disease, and that kind of stood out to me. And granted, that was a long time ago, and I still managed to gain a bunch of weight afterwards. But in my head, it always stood out to me that our hearts are a vital organ, and if we don't do the bare necessity of taking care of that and creating a body that provides the proper environment for it, we're asking for trouble, and that's something
yeah.
that many of us can prevent if we just start now. And we just start now. No matter who's listening, no matter how old you are, a simple walk around the block can help. Getting your 8 hours of rest can help. Swapping out juice for water some of the
Oh
time, even
yeah.
if it's not all the time, that can help. It's small changes that can give you the biggest results. I don't think people need to go into their health journey looking to become bodybuilders. I don't think they need to go into the health journey looking to have 8-pack abs and all of that. I think they need to go into it thinking of it as, I'm creating a good environment for my body to thrive in. So when I become 80, 90, I still have
Yeah.
some wiggle room. I can move around. I'm not bedridden because of bad choices I made when I was 32.
Yeah. Cause me, like I say, I'm in my 30s right now. Where I'm
Hmm.
31, about to be 32 next month.
Okay.
And
Oh, what
like
day?
December the 11th.
I'm the 13th.
Oh, you the 13th. So how old you
Yeah.
gonna be?
I'll be 33.
Oh, you be 33. Okay, so you was born 91, huh?
Yep. Fellow Sagittarius.
Oh, Sagittarius. Okay, that's cool, man. So yeah, I definitely need to make some changes though. I need to stop. Just because it may look good, but once you eat it, man, it will definitely hit hard.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't look at it as you need to stop. You're just gonna make some adjustments, and you'll still be able to enjoy the foods and stuff that you enjoy. But you make the adjustments. And the first couple of weeks is a challenge. Like for me, it was very hard to kind of turn away from some of my. I love cookies, and I have young children, so We keep cookies in our pantry, and I use before I was dedicated on my journey. I would walk past the pantry, throw three cookies in my mouth, keep walking, come back later, two more, and all day I eat a whole bag of cookies myself. And so you just make small adjustments, man. And at first it's difficult, but I'm going on 8 months in at this point, and it's no long. I get cravings sometimes. Like sometimes I'll be like, ah, I really want some tequila, or I really want um a cheeseburger or something like that. But I kind of write it off as maybe I'm just hungry, and I'll eat one of my meals that's already in my plan, and then I don't want it anymore. So it for anybody who's listening, the journey may start out as a challenge, especially if you're anything like me and you come from a background of eating whatever you want. But give yourself a few weeks, give yourself 30 days,
Mhm.
and really stick to your meal plan. Don't starve yourself. Eat plenty of protein, get your vegetables, plenty of fiber. Stick to your meal plan for 30 days and then see how you feel. I know a lot of people look for results, especially when you start talking about the body and the physique. A lot of people in the internet really push us for 90 days. They say,
Mhm.
oh, six pack in 6 weeks, 90 days, six pack, and all of this stuff. In reality, I think, and this may be controversial, I think looking at it from that viewpoint is a setup. I think you're setting yourself up to fail. I personally would not encourage anybody to be focused on that 90-day turnaround because to me, unless you only have a little bit of weight to lose or if you already experienced it, maybe you can do it in 90 days. But I encourage anybody to zoom out, look at 120 days. Add that extra month. Don't start looking for compliments from people or anybody to notice for about 5 months. Once you get about 5 months in, then you can start to relax a little bit and look at yourself and assess. After about 5 months, I think most people will see a dramatic change. If you start looking after 90 days, you may be disappointed.
Yeah, true that, though. But yeah, a lot of controversy with people using this pen to lose weight. And I'm just like, that's not a good idea to do.
Yeah, it's popular and it's a trend. And some people, I have mixed feelings about it. I never was in a situation, where I physically needed to go to the pen to lose the weight. If I was heavier, we're saying 350 and up, then maybe I would have considered it. I never was really in that boat, but there's a lot of people 500 pounds, 600 pounds who can't get their eating under control, who need the medicine.
Uh,
And that medicine's intended for diabetics, you
mm,
know?
yeah.
So I'm surprised that people are taking it the way they are, and I think it's a trend. I think as time goes on, we'll get more information about it, and science will study it and see kind of what's going on, and maybe they can find something different, or maybe not. I don't know. I think most people before jumping to the medicine need to try following and sticking to a plan of diet, proper nutrition, and exercise for at least 5 months. And if after that, then maybe they could consider it. But I think they can just stick to that for 5 months and be
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
So, what do you think? Do you think it's a good idea for people to have trainers,
Um,
fitness
yeah,
trainers? Yeah.
yeah, I think so. I started out with one. In my early 20s, we had a gym at my job, and I didn't really know. I know a little bit about working out, but I didn't really know a lot about using machines and stuff. And I started out with a guy in there, and I would go after work for weeks at a time, and he would show me the different movements and exercises, and he put together one of my first fitness plans. I think definitely either finding a friend or
Yeah.
hiring somebody for the short term, or maybe even long term, depending on how much money you got. But finding somebody that can show you the movements. After a few weeks, though, you don't really necessarily need them because is once you learn how to do a bench press, there isn't really much more teaching beyond that. But having
Mhm.
somebody kind of walk you through the movements in your routine a few times, I think it's a huge benefit to that because that way you don't want to hurt yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a couple of friends. They are trainers.
Yeah.
fitness trainer. And they one of them push very hard though. He say he don't care. He want people to be better.
Yeah. Sometimes you need that.
Yeah, he tried to give me that. I was like, no, no, thank you. I have a strong personality, you know. It just be best for me, you know. I'll just go at the play on that. But yeah, this is our temper. That's why we have to take care of it, you know. And
Absolutely.
you know, it's always very important because I know a lot of people they love to drink and then do smoking all that. I don't do that. Well, I drink sometimes, but smoking I never smoke. So
Yeah.
because that stuff it can really affect your body long term, you know.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
even bacon, I didn't know they use this e-cigarette. I didn't know that can affect your lungs and all that. No, it can affect your body too.
Yeah. Absolutely. Everything. You just really got to be careful about the choices you make.
Yeah, you definitely have to be careful that the choices you make, you know. But yeah, so your YouTube. So how long you been having your YouTube channel?
I had my YouTube for about a year. But I just really started posting around September when I got about 6 months into my journey. I decided that now was the time to start being vocal about my transformation. I created my YouTube because I really want to be. Um, I don't care about being famous. I want to help people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I when I was coming up, and even recently, I always looked on YouTube to try to find people with a similar body type to me to be able to see, okay, how did they overcome this hurdle of
Yeah.
having extra chest fat, extra love handles? And I always found people who were already in shape. And I said, you know what? I need to document my journey while I'm still learning and while I'm still
Mm-hmm.
getting in shape. So that way people can relate to me and know that this is actually possible. And so that's why I did it. I just put up a video yesterday. Hopefully you got a chance to check it out. If you haven't, go ahead and check it out. I kind of walk through my meals and I kind of show a little bit of what I do in the gym and I give some a little bit of information just about mindset, some of the stuff that we talked about today. But
Yeah.
yeah, my hope is to continue to expand the YouTube channel and use it as a tool to help people tackle this health and fitness.
Okay, that's cool. So, what do you think of products like Special K and Slim Fast? Have you ever tried them before?
Slim Fast.
Uh huh.
Um, mm, no, I don't think I have.
What about have you ate Special K products?
I think I had some Special K pastries before, something like that. I mean, I don't know. What you it's all food at the end of the day.
Uh,
I think that people have to learn about nutrition and how certain things affect their body to be able to make decisions about whether or not they want to eat or try those things. Because something can be marketed as healthy
mm,
and it not necessarily be healthy. It could have a ton of carbs and that might not be what your body needs to achieve your goals, or a ton of fat and same thing, your body might not respond well to that. So I think the first step with any food choice is to learn about how to read those nutrition labels on the back, and then you can take it from there and decide on whether or not you want to try something.
because those healthy choice dinners, I thought they was like healthy to eat at times. But they not eat. They got a lot of stuff in the soda and all that. It may look like it's healthy, but it's not.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
A
vegetable
lot of stuff
chips,
is like that.
yeah. Like I never thought vegetable chips would be like that. I'm like, oh, I want to try these vegetable chips, but come to find out they had salt up in there.
Hmm. That's
Yeah,
how they get you. I told you. This country spends billions of dollars to market to you so you can eat. And they use certain words and they use certain phrases in order to trick you into consuming their food. And you'll get addicted. A big bag of vegetable chips, you know, it's real light and you taste it and you'll just eat a whole bag and you won't even realize it. And you think, oh, well, it's vegetables. But it's like, okay, let's really break this down. It's all a trick.
So with the kids, it's very important for the kids to like eat healthy too and exercise. They definitely need their exercise because like nowadays, I guess it's like most kids is obese because they be eating ramen noodles and all that. They think because they're cheaper, so they don't
Yeah,
have no choice but to eat that
yeah.
other processed food. Yeah.
Yeah, processed food is cheap. It's easy to go to the corner store and spend $3 and get a canned soda and a honey bun, you know, and it tastes good, so kids aren't going to deny it, but it's kids definitely and it's hard to put it all on the kids. You know, the parents really need to step in and
Yeah.
find balance for their children.
Mhm.
Encourage your children to play sports. Encourage your children to get outside and just,
Yeah.
even if they outside, just walking with their friends. Those steps count. Make sure they have even, you know, we can't control what the kids eat for lunch. And, you know, they might sneak a soda at school or something like that. But when you're at home, whole foods, balanced meals.
Yeah. It's very important, and that's why in school they should like, watch over what the kids eat. Cause nowadays these lunches that they serving just don't, it just not, it's not good. I would say that. And then
Yeah,
like the food places that we go to, now they not good like they used to be. Like
yeah.
Taco Bell and all that. And that's why people
Hmm.
get sick with Taco Bell most of the time.
Everybody's cutting corners, man.
You say everybody's cutting come because really this young generation, I would say they don't eat that much. I would take it. They don't really eat that much.
Yeah.
Like certain foods that they would eat, but they don't eat that much. Like like we kind of do. Like we like, we be hungry. We want to get this and that. It be like a mukbang, to be honest with you. Like
Yeah.
it's one mukbang on here. I don't know if he still do mukbang, but he don't eat during the daytime. He don't eat during the time, but late at night he eats. He eats
What's his
all
name?
his food. Some mudbound, I forgot. I used to follow him on YouTube and I had to unfollow him because he was just too much. He eating that food late at night. I guess he be sleep during the daytime because there's no way you can go sleep with that food in your stomach. And it would
Yeah.
cause you to have like, cancer and all that.
Yeah, that going to sleep on a full stomach, you should not do that.
That. Man, I didn't know when I like steak. I mean, many times I hear people say if you eat steak and all that red meat every day, it can like go into your colon and you can have colon cancer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that too. I was just so shocked about that, though. But yeah, so you say you a father. How many kids you have?
I have three kids. I have one girl and two sons.
Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, I'm
Thank
trying
you.
to get there myself. So.
Yeah.
So how is fatherhood?
Fatherhood is a beautiful thing. It's probably one of the best gifts that God has shared with me, and I'm thankful.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Amen for that, man. I really appreciate you so much for being on this episode of Real Talk with Shawn Smith. What
Thank you for
can they
having me.
find you on social media in your YouTube channel?
You can find me on social media. Let's see. Let's start with the YouTube. My YouTube is still kind of new, so I don't want to butcher it. You can find me on youtube.com/ at motivation Mar. That's motivation and Mar with 2 R's. And then you can also find me on TikTok at I'm pretty active on this TikTok at Money Mar with 2 R's 91. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Threads at Money Mar. And I'm accessible. I'm not like I said, I'm not doing this for fame. I'm doing this to help people. So reach out to me if you're watching this and have any questions. Holla at me on YouTube or wherever. I'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Yeah, and then before I forgot to ask you one question. What
Sure.
inspired you to do this? Like, inspired you to be a fitness?
Um, the it's always been a dream of mine since I was a little kid. I know that sounds cliche, but I remember being a very young child, like 8 7 8 years old, and the guys in my neighborhood were all pretty good shape, and I was the only kind of fat kid, and I stood out. And people joked and made fun of me about it and stuff, and kids being kids, but I always wanted to achieve a body that I could be comfortable and confident and happy in, and that kind of has been my North Star with this.
Oh man, cool, man. Well, man, I appreciate you for joining me on this episode of Real Talk with Shawn Smith. Y'all be sure to catch new episodes every Friday on YouTube and subscribe to Real Talk with Shawn Smith YouTube channel. That being said, y'all have a fantastic day and see y'all next time, the next episode of Real Talk with Shawn Smith. Bye, and y'all come back now.